So, I have to say, I'm really excited about our next guest. I've really enjoyed learning about this organization. It is Gals in Gear, and we are joined today with the wonderful Amy DeLuise. So thank you so much for joining us. I want you to really talk about it, but just a little bit of the background, of what I like most about it is that you say you're not you're not just a label, you're a movement in efforts to help promote women in tech and diversify that industry and give women a voice and a platform to speak to. So if you could, tell us all about Gals in Gear and what it is that you guys do.
Sure. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. We're so excited to be here at the show, which is such a fabulous show. So I'm a little eager to get out there, but I'll talk to you guys first.
Definitely.
So I guess because there are a lot of engineers in the audience, I'll just say that Gals in Gear as an equation is that we want to build tequity, and that's a combination of visibility plus skills plus access. It's as simple as that. And we really started as a movement. I try to say we're not really an organization. There are lots of great membership organizations out there that are women in something, and we're not that. We're a community of women across many different disciplines, many different continents, and we've really come together to build this tequity hands-on, one person at a time, one organization at a time, one company at a time. And so I started it basically, I was in the ladies' room at a tech event, and I was like, why am I in here by myself? I need to call some women and bring in reinforcements. So that was really how it started, and we started with some small networking events, expanded that into some skill building opportunities, and expanded that further into a speakers bureau for visibility.
Fantastic.
Well, I love the vision, and I love some of the work that you've done, and I've actually had a chance to hear you speak a few times. And one of the things that I always love you talk about, and you mentioned it here as well, is actual skilling, right? So we talked about it a little bit yesterday with our recruiting panel, but one of the best ways to allow people to advance is to train and teach. Talk about some of the ways that you've seen that with people that are already in the industry and how you've been able to help upskill.
Sure. So we have a big focus on upskilling for women, and there's sort of two areas of that. One is that we've created a beta testing community. I think that one of the places where women, and particularly women of color, get left out is that they're not given those opportunities to be early adopters of new technology. Because, let's face it, somebody says, I know a guy, I'm going to send him the beta version of our software or hardware or whatever. So we want to say, I know a gal, and she would also like to be testing that new technology. So that's one way, so women can be upskilling themselves by being beta testers. And then the other thing is we have a leadership, emerging leaders program that we do that's quite intentional. And it's those skill sets that many of us who got into the industry did not get some kind of class in how to become a leader. That's not how we got here. So we provide some very hands-on training in negotiation skills, financial literacy, leadership styles and how that affects leading a team. These are all areas, brand development, these are all areas where we see leaders drop out of the pipeline if they don't have those soft skills.
And that's really important, just to have those skills, and that also gives you a sense of empowerment and confidence in everything. So once you've helped these women, I guess you would say tool in those areas, in what ways do you help give visibility to women in the AV industry?
Absolutely. So, I think it's very common for many people, not just women. A lot of people in our industry are actually introverts. I am actually a slightly extroverted by training introvert. So people don't necessarily put themselves out there to be on panels, quite frankly. And we also know by a lot of studies that we didn't have to do at Gals in Gear that women have a lot of other responsibilities at home, at work, et cetera, as caregivers. So, a lot of times they're not going to put themselves first. So we built a kind of an informal speakers network. And so, we say we know a gal. Instead of we know a guy who can speak on whatever tech topic, we know a gal who can speak on that topic. So that's a way people can partner with us too, is if you have some women in your company who are really knowledgeable on various areas of tech, let us know who they are. Because we want to reach out to them and make sure they're visible. And when you're visible, it helps move your career along. Let's face it, you network with people in a different way in the green room than you do on the show floor. So it's an important component of career advancement for women throughout media technology.
Well, you talked about partnerships with manufacturers, organizations, installers, things like that. That's probably the number one question that I hear all the time is how can I help get involved with XYZ initiative? Let's ask the question, how can people get involved specifically with you?
So one of the things that we're all about at Gals and Gears, we don't talk about equity, we do it, right? And so we're really interested in partnering with any company who wants to do it. And so, like I said, if you have women in your company who have skills, great, make them visible to us. The other thing is make your products available to us. We make sure that women get their hands on the gear, so to speak. We have training sessions on various pieces of equipment and technologies that are coming out, so that's another way to partner with us. You can also sponsor our networking events and our leadership training. We also have a student program where we work with seniors in college to make sure they know what it's really like in the real world a little bit. So they do some actual production intensives with us. So there's a lot of ways that companies can partner with us. And frankly, sometimes they come to us with an idea and we say, okay, let's run with that. So we're very open to partnering and combining our efforts to make it a more equitable community.
And so what type of advice would you give to women who are either already in this field or interested in joining, this field, where they may feel like that they don't have that opportunity to speak up and in this male-dominated, environment? Like, what advice would you give them?
Well, I think one of the great things about Gals and Gear is it's a very welcoming community. And so, find us on galsandgear.tv. Find us, Gals and Gear at Gmail, find us on any of the social channels, because we will find somebody to connect you with, to make you feel like you're part of this community. That was the thing about me being by myself in the ladies' room at a conference. I was like, where are my people? Everybody needs their tribe to support them and bring them along. And so we will help you connect. And men are part of our community as well, and we'll connect you to whoever needs to make you feel like you belong here. Because that, we talk about DEI, there's like a B sometimes, and we're all about the B. Like making sure that every person of every flavor feels like they belong in the media tech space.
Amy, well, thank you so much for coming on the show today. We love having you on Avixa TV. It's time to go explore the floor. This is the end of the show for this first session right here. We're coming back a little bit later, talking more InfoComm on Avixa TV this afternoon, but we've also got 2 shows tomorrow as well, and then 1 on Friday. We're looking forward to having you stick around with us. Be sure to watch this afternoon. Some great guests. That's a tease for you. We'll see you later.
We'll see you soon.